Let's look at how Macie works with a hands-on demo. To start, let's open up S3 so that we can create a brand new bucket. Name it whatever you'd like, but make sure that it's a unique name across all of S3 for this region. And I'll just name mine Cyber Test Macie. And then I recommend creating it in the US East 1 region as usual, and then leaving it to the defaults for the rest of the configurations. Next, let's upload fake sensitive data. Now I've created two separate files for this demonstration. We've got one that's customers.txt, and this one contains customer names as well as credit card data. And then we have ssn.csv that contains customer names and their US social security numbers. Now feel free to copy these files as well as upload them to your own bucket, and you can do that by checking the links below the video. With these files uploaded, we're now ready to enable Macie. We need to enable Macie by starting a free 30-day trial. Open the Macie dashboard, click on Get Started, and then click on Enable Macie. You'll get redirected to the Macie summary dashboard where it will start to scan your environments, and this can take a minute, maybe 2 minutes, so go ahead and give it some time. Once the initial scan is done, it will find all of the buckets in your account, and if we enable this for our entire organization, then it would find all buckets across all of your AWS accounts. Let's click on Get Started in the left bar menu. Now here, Macie recommends getting started by analyzing buckets to discover sensitive data in your S3 buckets, and by analyzing public buckets. Let's click on Create Job under Analyze Buckets. You'll get a warning that this is not part of the 30-day free trial and that you will get charged. However, at the time of this recording, there is no charge for the first 1 GB of data that your jobs analyze each month for your account. And then after that first gigabyte, then costs do start to accrue. But you can view up-to-date pricing information on this page. Our sample files are going to be much smaller than 1 GB, so this is not going to cost you anything, but we will get this confirmation a little bit later on. So for this example, we want to use select specific buckets instead of specified bucket criteria. If you have more than one bucket, then be sure to select the checkbox for the one that we created for this demo or the ones that you created, and then click on Next. Then you'll review and click on Next again. You can now choose between a scheduled job and a one-time job. If this were not a demo, then we would probably want to schedule a job just to make sure that this runs regularly and not just when someone is thinking about doing it. But for this demo, I'll go ahead and select one-time job. You'll notice that there's a sampling depth setting. Because we have so little data, we'll want to use 100%, but this could be cost prohibitive if we had terabytes of data. We can then expand the additional settings where we can enter specific criteria to determine which objects to include or exclude from the analysis. But again, since we have so little data, we're going to leave this blank just to include everything. But if you had a lot of data and there's data that you know should be excluded to save time and money, then you can do that here. Next, we can select Manage Data Identifier options, and we can either select Recommended to run all the managed data identifiers that AWS recommends for jobs, or we can select custom ones. We don't really need all these since we already know what's in our files, but for the sake of demonstration, let's just leave it as is. Then click on Next. You can create custom data identifiers, but we're not going to need any for this, so let's proceed. After that, we can add or create allow lists that we'd want to include here, which tells Macie what specific text or text patterns to ignore. Let's go ahead and click on Next. We're going to name the job. I'll name mine Cyber Macie Test. We'll provide a description and tags if we want, and then we'll click on Next. On this final review screen, we'll get a cost estimate for this job, which is helpful in knowing before you're running the job, since it could help you narrow down further if this were too expensive. Now you should see a $0 here, and if not, double check that you've got the right bucket and that you're not analyzing too much data. And when you're ready, let's click on Submit. You'll notice that at the top we get this warning message saying that you haven't configured a repository for your sensitive data discovery results. By default, Macie stores data for 90 days, so you need to configure it to store in S3 for long-term storage. I'm not going to show that here because it's straightforward, but if you're planning on using Macie for real, then you would need to complete this step. So our job will take some time to run, but it shouldn't take too long since it's just a small job. You can keep refreshing the job status until it no longer says active running. My job took about 15 minutes to complete, and let's see what it found. Click on the Show Results, and by the way, if your job had failed, you can always click on the Show CloudWatch Logs to get visibility into what happened. but I'll just click on Show Findings. This will open up a new window with 2 findings of a severity of high for both of the files. If I click on that first finding, it will show a lot more detailed information. It shows us exactly what file it is and where it's stored, how much sensitive data it detected, what the sensitive data is, and more. If we click on the second finding, we'll see the same information, but this time it detected another type of sensitive data. So as a next step, you'd want to configure your S3 bucket for long-term retention, and then you would want to look at configuring automation or other types of workflows like sending findings using EventBridge to Jira, Slack, email, things like that, tagging buckets that contain sensitive data using something called step functions or AWS Lambda, visualizing findings with Amazon QuickSight, which is a data visualization service, or just all around exploring how to set up workflows using AWS step functions, which we haven't discussed, but that can be used to create workflows in order to protect your data. But there you have it. We've taken the first look at what Macie is, how it can be useful, and how to get started with it. While there is a lot more that you can do with it, especially when it comes to enabling automation for protecting sensitive data, we're going to stop here for this course. Go ahead and complete this lesson, and then I'll see you in the next.